Okay, guys, this problem is going to ask us to find the rule for a line that passes through the point -7, comma 6 and has a slope of -3. So right away, I see that they've given me a point and they've given me a slope, which is a great indication to go ahead and use that point slope form equation. So if I remember my point slope form equation, it's going to go y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, so let's identify what some of these things are. I'm going to need a y1. If I look here at my point, well, my y is going to be this -6, so that's going to be y1. My x is going to be -7, and that's going to be x1. And then, of course, over here, -3 is going to be my slope, or m. All right, so let's take those numbers now and let's plug them into our equation. Now remember that one of my y's and one of my x's are always going to stay because our final equation has to have a y and an x. So I go y minus y1. Now y1 I said was 6. And then I've got m, which I said was -3. And then I've got x minus x1. And x1 I said was -7. Now we got to make sure that even though there's already a negative sign there, I still include the negative that's on the front of that -7. And of course we know that anytime we see two negatives in a row, we can just treat them both like they're positive. Sorry, that's kind of sloppy looking, but those are positive. Okay, so now there's a couple of things that I need to do here because I need to simplify this thing down into y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to multiply my -3 times both parts. I don't think that's right color, that color. Okay, I'm going to multiply that through or distribute it to everything inside the parentheses. So -3 times x just gives me -3x. And the -3 times a +7 is going to make a -21. And I didn't change anything on the left side yet, so let's just bring that straight down. Okay, so now we're really close. I just need to get y by itself over there. In order to do that, I need to undo this -6. Now remember, this -6, it's a negative, so to undo it, I have to do the opposite, which is add 6, or add a +6. I'm going to do the same thing to both sides, and what I'm going to end up with is y equals -3x, and I've got -21 plus 6, okay? So I could do that on my calculator, or I could see that it's actually like subtracting 6 from 21. It's still going to be negative because the bigger number is negative, and I'm going to get -15. Okay, and that's it. Now, my function rule is just y equals -3x minus 15. And it asks for my y-intercept. Well, I know that my y-intercept is just that part of the equation that doesn't have an x with it, or b, and y equals mx plus b. But I got to remember that whenever I write down a y-intercept, I have to write it as a point. So I've got to go 0, -15. And there we go. That's our answer.